our family together.
Flanked by members of Edmonton's Somali community, this single mother is facing an impossible decision. Halima Abdi received a removal order earlier this month to send her back to Kenya, a country she fled. Now, she has to decide whether she takes her 3 young children with her or leaves them behind in the hands of the Alberta government.
Keep my mom to let her to stay here. Don't separate my mom from us children.
Abdi first came to Canada in 2017, where she said she fled killings of ethnic Somalis, including her brother. But for a second time, she's fighting to stay in the country she sought refuge in.
I'm feeling like I was a little bit stronger before, but now I'm getting more weaker because I'm the only one who's for my kids.
We first spoke to Abdi back in 2019 when she initially faced deportation after Canadian immigration authorities rejected her refugee claim. At the last minute, her removal was dropped. That's not the case this time. And the closer she gets to leaving the country, the more reality is setting in.
Last 2 days ago, we were together, and she was scrolling down on her phone, and then she came across this video, a kid graduating, and I've seen her tear up, and then she said, I wish I can have the opportunity here. I wish the government can give me the opportunity here to see my kid walking down on this aisle, walking in on this stage. She wants to see her kid graduated. So I cried with her. It's just so hard.
While this decision lies with her and her alone, Abdi has support from across the community, even garnering help from a coalition for justice and human rights advocate who says he's doing everything in his power to keep her family together in Canada.
She's been in the country almost 10 years now. She has 3 children that were born in this country that are Canadian citizens and are as Canadian as maple syrup and Connor McDavid. And they want to tear this family apart. And I think it's morally repugnant.
Abdi has been granted a temporary deferral lasting until the end of the school year, giving her 1 more month to fight for a miracle. But as her June 26 deportation date inches closer and closer, Abdi says she's left with no other option but to leave her children behind for what she hopes will be a better life in Canada.
So I have seen a lot of people ask that why is immigration in Canada becoming so strict, becoming so stiff, becoming so hard? What you just saw in this video is one of the things that has made Canadian immigration so hard. Now, I will explain. Now, from the face value, it just seems like, this person, they are planning to deport her and they are ripping her away from her kids, the kids that were born in Canada. So I will get to that point. Now, let's just look at the context. How did she get to Canada? This is public information. It's on CBS News website where you can go and you can get that information from there. This person originally came to Canada through the US. So she did not fly straight from Kenya into Canada. She came from the US. She flew to the US and then walked on the Canadian border, landed into Canada, and immediately she put an application for asylum or refugee. And this is the thing, this is a system that all the refugees, fake refugees, are coming into Canada. They fly from wherever, they go to the US, they cross into Canada, walking into Canada, and right there, they claim asylum because I guess that way, maybe there's some chances that they could get it, but then there's some chances that they cannot get it also, like what happened in the case of this lady. That has made the immigration so hard, so strict, such that even the genuine people that are genuinely running away from persecution, running away from war, running away from whatever hardship is going on in the country, because of these people, the ones that come into Canada with fake stories, because they heard that this worked for this person, therefore they come in with that story, their sob story, of which it may not even be true. people are using their situation in the country. For example, I know some countries in Africa, say for example, Congo. Congo is like we know, like because it's all over the news that it has been plagued with war and all that. But did you also know that not every part of Congo has war? Yes, you heard it right. But then there's people from places, areas, parts of Congo that are not even affected at all by the war in Congo. But then they take that situation because it's all over the news media, the social media. Then they are like, oh, we are going to use that to our advantage. So they come, they apply for refugee, like to Canada or any part of the world for that matter. And then the rest of the world, they know that Congo is in war, all that. They will not even check as to what part of the Congo do they really come from. And then I guess they are granted the refugee. And then in the end, what are they doing? They are gaming the system. They go to the US, or they come to Canada. They go to this Western world, and then they give them whatever benefits that they give the refugee to. And that is so wrong. That is so rotten. Because what you have done is you are blocking even the people that are genuinely in need of help. They will not get those that refugee status because maybe I don't know, please don't quote me on that, but I know that each country receives a certain amount of refugees, and then if the number it's maxed, then they will. I think it happens like every year. They give them an amount of a number that they can allow those refugees to come to Canada, and when they have maxed that number, it's done until next year or whatever. So these are the same people, because there's some people that actually kind of know her, and they definitely said that she was not in hardship. But then she came here. And another thing I forgot to mention is when they land into Canada or the US, they feel or they think automatically, because they start having babies, and then they feel like automatically, because these kids are born in Canada, and then it would automatically give them Canadian citizenship or whatever else. But that does not work that way. As we have seen in this video, she has been given choice, like I guess two choices, whether if she wants to take her kids, she can just, because she's not a Canadian, she doesn't have right papers to be here in Canada, and so because she's being deported, so she can choose if she wants to take the kids. She can take the kids. After all, she is the legal guardian. She's the mom to these children. But then if she wants to leave the children so that the government takes care of the children, she can sign the guardianship off to the Alberta government, because she I guess she's from Alberta, so she can sign off to the provincial government or the federal government. You give up the rights of guardianship, and then they're taking care of the government. But if she doesn't want to go that route, she can just go with them. I'm just wondering, like, okay, so she had those kids in Canada. Then what happened to the man, the father to the kids? Like, Is he dead or is he somewhere in Canada? Is there any possibility that he can be contacted so that they check out his papers? If they're the right papers and he's legal in Canada, perhaps he can pick up the guardianship. It's so sad. And I am not saying this to be mean or anything, but then there is, I think I'll post one video that I saw where the masses are coming through the border of the US into Canada, thinking that once they get there, they just disappear from the radar and then they'll be okay. Unfortunately, what they are doing here, it's not like they just come to Canada and then they become self-sufficient. They, to some extent, depend on the federal government. And I think the taxpayers are kind of tired about that. It's like, it's annoying. And what happens is there's some people that just get that outlines racism because of the same thing that we have just watched. So I really think that if she really wanted to be in Canada, people are immigrating to Canada all the time and they're using the right channel. So if she really wants to migrate to Canada, she can just go through the right channel and then she wouldn't have this kind of stress where like she is hanging by balance, where she's kind of, I don't even know if she's sleeping at night because she feels like she's going to be deported, may possibly leave her kids, or maybe she's going to be deported and then go with her kids. She doesn't even know where to start from. But I really think that you want to migrate to Canada, you are free, because that's one of the things that Canadian government does. All right, my lovely people, we have come to the end of the video. If you did find this video informative, please go ahead and do subscribe to the channel. Head on over to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions about Canadian immigration. I am not an immigration officer or immigration consultant or immigration expert, but I know one or two things about Canadian immigration and I will answer accordingly. Thank you guys. We'll see you in my next video.